What's cracking, guys? Omar Aesop here, back with Greg Knuckles. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you, Omar?
I'm doing fantastic. You were telling me something counterintuitive, kind of to some bros, so I felt it would make a great video, right? You know, what do most bros think? You gotta keep going hard, train to failure, keep pushing it, keep grinding, don't take a day off, keep no days off.
Correct.
But you were actually saying that the research shows that if you want to optimize maybe progress, that incorporating intelligent deloads actually benefits you. Can you break down the science?
Yeah.
And give me some examples if you can support your claim.
Sure. All right. So to potentially rain on your parade just a little bit, I wouldn't go so far as to say like it's just like an open and shut case.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely say it could benefit you, and at the very worst, it's not going to like extremely negatively impact you. You shouldn't worry about all of your gains going away if you have to take a week or two out of the gym. So just for starters, there's research in untrained lifters showing that actually taking 3-week breaks didn't affect rates of progress. So in one study, they had one group just train continuously, one group trained 6 weeks on, 3 weeks off, 6 weeks on, 3 weeks off, and basically found that the group taking 3 weeks off after every 6-week block actually made the same rate of progress.
Like size and strength.
Right, and there's actually some physiological reasons why that may be the case. So number one is that in rodent studies, they've actually found that 2 weeks out of the gym, 2 weeks away from resistance training, little rat gyms, was all it took to completely restore MTOR signaling to untrained levels. And if MTOR doesn't mean anything to you, it's kind of the main anabolic switch in your muscles. So there is kind of that indirect evidence that it does restore anabolic signaling. Two is that when you take time out of the gym, you're more susceptible to muscle damage when you come back. So you cause more muscle damage, you cause more inflammation, and those factors, they increase the satellite cell pool, satellite cell activation, proliferation, etc. And that's important because basically for your muscles to grow, they have to fuse new nuclei from those satellite cells to continue growing. So by taking some time off and becoming more sensitive to that type of stimulus again, you can give that satellite cell pool a boost, which could potentiate you for future muscle growth.
Great. Right. That sounds fancy.
Yeah.
That's all well and good. You got some evidence behind this. I want to know, are there any actual real-life examples of lifters that incorporate this and have success, or is this all theoretical?
Kind of like the popular wisdom when I first started lifting is after you compete, you take 2 weeks off. Like that's what everyone did. That was the common advice. So guys from that generation, from the 80s, 90s, Ed Cohn is a great example.
He knew a thing or two about lifting.
One or two things.
Right.
He's a great example of someone where if you look at his competition results, you just see like very linear, stepwise progress from meet to meet to meet. He was always capable of making those small improvements meet to meet, even at the very, very elite levels. For whatever reason, it's fallen out of favor. This may be those sneaky Kazakhstani bastards trying to throw us off their scent. According to people who have met him and attended his seminars, Ilya Ilin, probably the greatest weightlifter in the world right now. He does like the old school version of linear periodization, where after he won his gold in London, he spent like 6 to 8 months not doing anything except for like running and swimming, and then just getting into more just general lifting, but lighter, higher volume. And then by the time he competed again, really all he was doing was really, really heavy snatches, clean and jerks, and squats. If you have to take a couple weeks out of the gym, like if you're going on vacation, if there's like a family crisis, if you have exams and you probably don't want to fail out of school, you don't really need to worry about losing your gains.
Great. So practical recommendations for those out there. Like, I'm pretty sure Jeremy Hamilton, Couch, they have to run every single time. He takes at least a week off. He goes on vacation and whatnot. He doesn't worry like, oh, I'm going to lose my game. Practical recommendations now, perhaps. What would you say? Like, is there a time period, like every 16 weeks, take one off, or just like when you feel it, or like if you get busy and you go on vacation, that's okay, is what you're trying to say?
Just don't lift for somewhere between 1 to 3 weeks, probably about 2 weeks. It's very plausible that it's going to potentiate you for future muscle and strength gains, and it's just going to make you hungry again.
Hungry for to like success for like new records. Yeah.
So you know,
away from the gym.
after a long time of lifting, you know, if you've ground out a really tough training cycle, you might be kind of burnt out.
Yeah.
And just getting away from the iron for a while can kind of light that fire again and make you excited to attack your next training cycle instead of, you know, carrying that mental fatigue and stress from the last cycle over into the next one.
Science plus evidence, practical experience showing that, you know, smart deloads do have a place in your training. Greg, thanks for being on the channel.
Thanks for having me.
If you like the video, like the damn video, or you'll be cursed with no deloads for the rest of your life. I'm talking to you on the toilet when we sing Everyone, My Rascals, in that next video. Peace.